Hi, everybody, and welcome to Low Latency Video Streaming with StreamGuys. In this webinar, you'll learn how to deliver live video with latency of 1 second from the camera to your viewer. And in keeping with today's theme, our webinar won't be that long. So if you have a question about anything being covered today, don't wait to enter it into the chat window, because the question and answer period might just sneak up on you. So let's get started. Since this webinar is about streaming protocols, let's review the common video streaming protocols. Now, even though the technology we'll be talking about today is most often used for video, everything we're discussing applies to audio as well. Most of the video streaming today uses the HLS or MPEG- protocols. As you may already know, these segmented protocols are great because they offer network resiliency for viewers that other protocols just don't have. This resiliency comes from segmentation, which means video content is broken into chunks, then reassembled in the player for a seamless stream. That means a viewer can lose an internet connection for a few seconds without having any playback issues. But this resiliency does come at a cost to latency. HLS latency is usually between 20 and 60 seconds behind real time, depending on the variables, like the chunk length, number of chunks, and the media player being used. The media player chooses which chunk to begin playback, and this, in turn, influences latency. Now, there's also backhaul protocols like SRT, RTMP, MPEG-TS, and RIST. These are used to send video streams to a CDN, but aren't used for delivery to viewers. We'll be covering these a bit later in our webinar. If you're broadcasting a live event with feedback from the audience or embedding content, 20 to 60 seconds of latency might be unacceptable. So, is there a better way? Absolutely. StreamGuys can provide 1 second latency with the SLDP protocol from Nimble Streamer, which allows a seamless interaction between your talent and the audience, as well as a fairer betting experience. SLDP uses WebSockets instead of HTTP for delivery. You can encode to StreamGuys via RTMP or SRT protocols. Then we transmit the stream to SLDP for delivery to viewers. We'll advise you on encoder settings for the lowest latency, primarily setting your keyframe interval as low as possible. If you're not familiar with SRT, it's another protocol that's often used for encoding and backhaul. SRT stands for Secure, Reliable Transport. We always recommend using this protocol if your encoder supports it, because SRT handles packet loss and jitter better than RTMP. SLDP playback is supported in any browser that supports MSE, or Media Source Extensions. SLDP works natively in desktop environments as well as Android. There is a mobile SDK that would allow you to build SLDP support into your mobile app. There are also free mobile apps that allow viewers to play any SLDP stream by entering the stream URL into the app. This isn't a branded experience, so the SDK is our recommended route for enterprise clients. Additionally, StreamGuys can always create HLS and SLDP variants of a single video source, so you're not stuck with SLDP only. You can use HLS on mobile and SLDP for desktops. StreamGuys offers an SLDP player that you can embed or link to your website. Synchronized playback is a very specific feature of SLDP. It allows each viewer to be in the exact same place in the stream. This isn't possible in HLS because viewers have a larger buffer, and there is variation where each player starts the stream. With SLDP, a small amount of buffer is added to achieve synchronized playback, but you can still achieve 1 second of latency and keep all devices synchronized. Synchronized playback could be useful if you have a big screen or outdoor display and want audio streams synced to the video. A second screen application needs to be in sync with an ongoing live stream on TV. Multiple screens in the same room show the same content with a single sound source. Or multiple surveillance cameras need to be shown on the same page. We've already mentioned bidding streams and interactive streams as great use cases for low latency video. However, there's a lot of other ways low latency streaming can improve your product offering. Live conferences, sports, and news streaming are all areas where latency can be detrimental to the user experience. Sports fans that listen to the radio feed are a great example of how low latency streams can augment the live sports experience. People watching TV or actually at the ballpark will listen to the radio announcer because they want some commentary at the live game, or maybe they prefer the radio announcer to the TV announcer. Without low latency streaming, the live internet stream is too far behind the over-the-air radio to be a viable alternative. SLDP can make the online stream a viable alternative to the over-the-air audio. SLDP streaming can be measured in SG reports and SG monitor. So you get both real-time and historical analysis. SG reports provides total viewing hours, cumulative audience, stream starts, geolocation, time of day, and more. SG monitor provides the number of concurrent users on each stream over the last 24 hours, week, month, or year. Now, this wouldn't be a StreamGuys webinar if we didn't talk a little about SG Recast, our flagship product for content repurposing. Now, you might be wondering, just how does SG Recast tie in with what we're talking about? Well, if you wanted to archive any of your live audio content as video on demand, SG Recast can automatically create HLS video on demand files and add them to RSS feeds. This lets you automate video podcasting or automatically add video on demand content to your SG player. And there's more. You could also create a time-shifted experience for your video stream using our SG Rewind integration. So, what's the takeaway from today's webinar? Well, HLS is reliable, but comes with additional latency. When you need low latency video streaming, StreamGuys recommends the SLDP protocol because SLDP achieves latency of less than 1 second. This is useful for video conferencing, live sports broadcasting, auctions, security, and many more applications. SLDP can be paired with HLS delivery to reach all devices. It can also be paired with SG Recast to provide a rewindable video stream or an automated video on demand version. See, I told you this would be a short webinar today. So if you haven't already written your questions into the chat window, now is the time. While you're doing that, I'll say thank you for spending some of your time with us today. As always, I hope you found this webinar informative. And if you would like more information about what we discussed here today or any of our products or services, please feel free to contact us at sales@streamguys.com. or give us a call at the number you see here. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks, everybody.